Hello, travel biz owner. Welcome to my corner of the travel industry, the Strategic Travel Entrepreneur Podcast. If you're ready to have fun, be inspired, get clarity, and take action in your travel business, then you're in the right place. Let's jump in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. This is an extra special episode for so many reasons. Reason number one, this is episode 100. Oh my goodness. I started this podcast back in March of 2021 to really help my fellow travel business owners learn things from people who weren't necessarily within the travel business, because I felt like we needed to have better education from people both inside but also outside of our industry. And has that, wow. I mean, I've always hoped that we would hit 100, but we are officially here. And also, I want to let you in, if you really want to see growth, go back and listen to those earlier episodes, like episodes 1 through 50 or whatnot, or 1 through 50. Because you can see the growth of where Rita from the past started and Rita from the future is now. There's also really great episodes from back then, but if you need to see someone's physical work, because I am confident putting out these podcasts every single week. I am just confident in my abilities. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I feel comfortable. It did not always start like that. And I want you to see and listen, oh my gosh, to the very humble beginnings. And I'm still very humble and modest because you know me. I am not perfect and I do not ever claim to be the be-all end-all person. I am just one person that is hoping to make some sort of positive ripple effect in your little wave pool of travel business happiness. And I hope that this podcast has been able to do that for you throughout the past couple of years. So thank you so much for supporting the podcast. I would really appreciate if you haven't already done so, and if you're, I think on Apple Podcasts is probably going to be the best, maybe Spotify too. If you're listening to me on Apple Podcasts or Spotify right now, would you so kindly do me the most gracious favor and give me a rating and or review, because that helps more travel business owners like yourself get access to this podcast, and we can share all the goodness, because like I will mention coming up, we are all about collaboration over competition here. No one of us is better than the other. And if more of us can have access to quality education and quality feedback and input, the better this industry can be. So please, let's all work together hand in hand to make this industry the best one that it can be. And not so selfish plug, you can start by giving me a nice rating and review on your podcast player right now. Thank you. Big announcement number 2 is today is my birthday. How does that happen where the 100th episode of the podcast also comes out on my birthday? It was just so funny, when I was looking at the calendar of things, and I'm like, holy cannoli, that is so, the best, one of the best, little surprises that I could have gotten. Now, I will say, too, many of you knew last fall was a very trying time for me. I was going through a lot. And so episode 100 should have technically happened sooner. But it's because I missed a couple episodes. Obviously, it's happening now, but it's happening now, and it's on my birthday, and I will just have to relax. I'm hoping that I'm relaxing today. I am pre-recording this, but I'm hoping that today I'm relaxing. Give me a shout out on social media in case I might be hanging out, but I'm not really sure. But for all of those like fun things that are happening today, it's episode 100. It's my birthday. I wanted to have some fun because that's like one of my core pillars, core values is I like to have fun because being in this travel industry is fun. And so I was like, I'm going to create the 10 commandments of being a travel advisor. So I apologize if you are not a travel advisor listening in. I think some of these will also pertain to everybody within the travel industry who is not a travel advisor. So I think there's one like specifically that's like a travel, and you'll realize what it is. But I think that this it can be like for all travel business owners, the 10 commandments of travel business owners. So without further ado, and I wanted to put a positive spin. So like, I know biblically it's like, thou shalt not do this and you won't do that. And I wanted it to be like, we will do this and we will do that. So commandment number one is I will be bold. I will take risks. I will take chances. I will put myself out there. I will have the confidence in myself that even if I flopped, I did it and I will do it again and I will be better the next time that I do it. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we were bold enough to become business owners. We started our own businesses. We filed EINs with the government to have our own tax IDs. Many of us filed with the government to have our own LLCs or S-Corps or whatever stage of business you're in now. You opened a business account. You started taking people's credit card information to pay for their trips or pay for their travel. Those are all bold and audacious things. And I say audacious in the best of ways. We have the audacity. Like, I don't think like we think about like how amazing / outrageous it is to be a business owner, but we had that and we started that. And for all of you who might be lacking confidence in doing this or that, just remember the most confident thing that you could do, you have already done it. You started the business. Like I wish I had maracas or something like to cheer you on right now. You started the business. Keep going. If it doesn't work out, it is a lesson and will make you a stronger entrepreneur. If something fudged up, it's okay. There is a solution to everything. I promise you. It might look a little ugly, but you will get through it. So do not be afraid. Be bold and live in like bold tiger power. Like, yes, I got this. All right, commandment number 2. And this is really the more specific travel advisor one. I will attend FAMs, property tours, or ship inspections that are appropriate to my business, because we are strategic travel entrepreneurs and we do things that are in alignment with our goals. And that means we invest in ourselves with things that are in alignment in those goals, which means the appropriate FAM trips, the appropriate ship inspections, and all the like. Commandment number 3. I will make investments in alignment with my business goals. Very similar, different. Attending a FAM is, I feel like, more time. It is a little bit of it can be a little bit more financial investment, but really, this one is more tailored to my people who might have a little fun pressing buy now, without strategically thinking about your goals. And so the strategic travel entrepreneur, the commandment number 3 is I will make investments in alignment with my business goals, because you have your business goals top of mind all the time. You have them written out somewhere. It's a post-it note on your mirror. It's a mantra that you keep repeating to yourself. It's something that you decided at the end of the year that you needed to focus on this year. You know exactly what it is that you need. Do not let the shiny objects distract you from the exact things that your business needs to flourish this year. Commandment number 4. I will make business decisions based on data. Woo! I wish someone had told me about this in the very beginning. I know that sometimes like we can be so consumed in learning different things like supplier training and destination training, product training, which is important, but I feel like that's more important to the job of being a travel business owner, whether you are a travel supplier, travel coach, travel advisor. It doesn't pertain so much to, the business of being in business. And business owners utilize hard data and facts, but also intuition and emotion on what they want to do. But we make decisions based on data. So that could be utilizing the lead generation calculator to kind of see like what is your actual income goal and how many leads you need to be talking to throughout the year. This could be like, I've set the goal to make this money and this quarter I have not been there. So what do I need to tweak in my plan in order to get there? This can also be like, you know what? I really need to get a training on X because so many people are asking me about X. And so I need to increase my knowledge, my bandwidth on that. So I will make business decisions based on data. Commandment number 5, probably the most important. I will have fun because we are in travel and the travel industry is fun. It is filled with all sorts of, and I say this lovingly because I also categorize myself, of crazy weirdos who like this thing and that thing. But we always prioritize ourselves to have fun because this is one of the best industries to work in. Like, I am so privileged when I can say that I am taking a trip and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to so-and-so or I'm going to this location or experiencing this because it's part of my work. And then everybody's like, you're doing that for work? I wish I was doing that for work. Like, this is a privilege, folks. So, like, really taking it in stride, but also do the gloating where gloating needs to be because we get to do this. This is amazing, fun work with amazing, fun people. And I don't think I would trade this for many, many things. But on that note, I will have fun. But commandment number 6, I will prioritize rest because you need to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else in your business. That is your team. That is your clients. You have to be at your best first and foremost before you can lead the pack and before you can assist other people, because you can't do anything optimally unless you're a functioning human being, and you have to prioritize rest for that. And if you don't have time to rest, that means that you need to make some investments, because commandment number 3, I will make investments based in alignment with my business goals. So if I'm prioritizing rest, like you should be, because it's a commandment, because I just made it so, do you need to be adding on new technology that's going to be making something easier for you? Or do you need to be hiring somebody that can take some tasks away from you so that you can prioritize rest? Commandment number 7, I will set boundaries with my clients, because we are human beings and we are not, or do not deserve to be beaten like the carpets in Aladdin. I don't even know if the carpet on Aladdin was beaten. I think it was like dusted. But you know what I'm saying is that I think for many years we didn't talk about putting boundaries within clients, and mental health has been such a focal point. But also, because I just said commandment number 6 is prioritize rest. You cannot rest if you are fully available to clients all the time. And this is also where it's either technology or it is somebody that you have hired that can take things off of you so that you can really do the things that you do best. Is this you networking with other people so that you can filter out or designate a certain independent contractor to take over such and such trip? Are you strategizing the best way that this destination wedding can go and then giving it to one of the planners that's on your group? There's different ways that you can create boundaries with your clients. You have to figure that out for yourself because, again, you will make investments that are in alignment with your business goals and also based on data. So how can you set boundaries with your clients? And this really is like, I only take calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is true story. I only take calls Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like you can only schedule time unless there's a specific tweak that I need to be making in my schedule. But I am not available Monday through Friday 24/7. I cannot. I literally cannot. I have to protect my energy, and I believe everybody should protect their energy, but especially as somebody who suffers from an autoimmune disease, I could not be available for all the things. And I also want to be available for only the amazing things, which is why it's important to 6, prioritize rest. All right, commandment number 8. I will plan for growth and profit. I don't think this is another thing that we talk a lot about in this industry. And I think for me personally, it has come to the forefront because of certain things that have happened the past couple of months. Is that I feel I have underpriced myself in many ways. And so really experiencing a little bit of burnout. So I need to listen to my own commandments here. And so I can't even speak now. But I will plan for growth and profit means growing to have a growing business if that is what you are wanting. Like, do you want to increase by 10% this year, or is breaking even kind of to what you did last year good enough for you? Because everybody has different goals, and that is totally fine. But how can you plan for growth and profit? This is really in different things like, what are your consultation rates? What are the products that you can sell? Do you want to be selling less products for a higher ticket, which means that you can work less? Again, this is all the strategic thinking. And planning for profit, meaning that you are taking out money for investments, for payroll, for taxes, all the things that you're being proactive in this so that when tax time specifically comes around, you're not like, oh, I made a profit this year, but I didn't plan for a profit. This is also making sure that you have the systems in place so that when you do start growing in your business or certain areas in your business start growing, it's not that big of a deal because you already have systems and processes in place to help assist you with that growth, or you have hired somebody that can assist you with your growing business. So I will plan for growth and profit. Commandment number 9, I will openly refer out work that is not within my scope. Man, I wish this one was one thing that a lot more people talked about. I have gotten so comfortable throughout the years now and being like, oh, you want to go on a trip to Italy? That's not really something I focus on, but I have a really great travel advisor partner that I can refer to you. I am no longer interested in doing work that is not my highest self. I hope that kind of makes sense. I would love to go to Italy myself, but I would also love to pay one of my colleagues to plan that trip for me. Similarly, I don't really want to do any more all-inclusives. And so I will gladly give that over to somebody else. I wish this was just a known thing when I first started the travel business, and I wish this was just like something automatic that happens. And so that's why I made it a commandment. Because if we all openly refer, I mean, it happens at the doctor. Like, you go to your general practitioner to be like, oh my gosh, like there's this pain and it's under my arm and I don't know what it is. And then the doctor refers you to a specialist. Like, they either say, oh, you need to get an MRI, or you need to go to the gynecologist, or you need to go see a blood specialist, or you need to see a bone specialist, an orthopedist. Whatever it is, like there are so many different specialties in the medical field. It is very similar to the travel industry. There are so many different specialties, and specialties can be based off destinations. It can be based on product. It can be based on the type of people that you serve. And so if you are a group cruise expert, but you specialize like in bachelorette trips, and a family reunion comes aboard, and they're like, hey, we want you to plan this, you can say yes, but also, do you want to do it? And you may want to do it, but also if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't deal like with Uncle Henry and Aunt Babs, like they are just, no, I can't do it. Those are the things that you can refer the work out to, and that you openly should. And on this note, kind of very related to commandment number 10, I will prioritize collaboration over competition. If someone has referred someone out to you, you will return them back to their owner, quote unquote, afterwards. So be a good referral partner within the industry as well. That if somebody has referred a client to you, that you refer them to work back with the other person for any other trips, unless that person cannot assist them. Especially if they were an established client. If they weren't an established client, I feel like that's a different department, but correct me, travel industry colleagues, on your thoughts on that. Also, prioritizing collaboration over competition is, maybe I'm a little bit kumbaya-y, but I just want this. I truly, truly want this to be the best industry that it can, so that we can get the respect that we deserve. And I feel like we are starting to get the respect that we deserve. And I say that because somebody reached out to me. That's why I brought the Italy trip. Somebody reached out to me and said, I want to plan an Italy trip. And I very confidently sent them a message back like, that's not something that I'm great at, but I can refer you to a colleague. Planning fees typically start at $250. Are you interested in giving me your email address so I can refer you out? Absolutely. Here's my email address. I set that expectation. And if we could all do that, like I'm going to be upfront and be like, it is no longer sexy to be, I don't charge any fees. No. We don't do that here. We don't do that around here. Our time is precious, aka commandment 6, I will prioritize rest. And yeah. We charge fees, but we have to do that as a community of travel business owners. This like the only way that we can amplify that and really amplify our value and really have people take us as the serious professionals that we are, is for more people to be doing things like that. Similarly, that there's none of this like price, like I'm going to price shop different travel advisors. Actually, if you're already working with one, you need to respect them and really work with them. My verbiage right now is not so good because I've gone through 10 commandments. There's been so many commandments. So apologies on me not articulating this well. But I will prioritize collaboration over competition, because truly, the more that we can work together and help each other out, the better this industry will be, the better we can be as individuals, the better service that we can provide for our clients, because we're really working in community and we want everyone to win. All right, those are my 10 commandments. Let me know what you think about them. Please comment in the Strategic Travel Entrepreneur Facebook group. Did I get them right? Is there something else that you would have added? I did write these not super fast, but I also didn't completely flesh them out. I do believe they're valid, though. I think they're pretty good commandments. But is there something else that you would have added? Or should we have more than 10 commandments? Let me know. You guys have an amazing, amazing week. We have a super special guest on the podcast next week. And then shortly thereafter, we have the Travel Tech Audio Summit coming to you live, May 31st. I cannot wait. If you need more information, look at the show notes for more information on that. Alrighty, thank you so much for celebrating me here on the 100th episode of the podcast and also on my birthday. Until next week, you have a really great one. Thanks for joining me on the podcast today. Remember to check out the show notes for all relevant links and resources from today's show. See you next time.